Hello, I am FedoraG4mer, and it is time for another episode of Is It Fun? Today we'll be looking at Claustrophobia The Downward Struggle. The best way to describe this game would be a more approachable roguelike. I have actually played it for quite a bit so far, so we'll get right into it. As you can see, it is pixel graphics, and I have a pirate hat. It can be largely mouse-driven or WASD keys. One thing I will say at first is the moving sound effect kind of gets annoying after a while. But that's just my personal opinion. It is a much simpler roguelike. Oh, and I just found a fire trap. I am on fire. It is much more approachable than most roguelikes. Of course, it's a graphical roguelike, as you can see, even though the graphics are quite simple. Scroll identification. Good, I need that. I don't actually have any right now. It is randomly generated, permadeath, ooh, a spider. Pretty much the tropes you would see in most roguelikes. This spider is not taking any damage. Okay, I do have my weapons on. Set up my UI how I like it here. It is hard to hit. There we go. I got enchanted ink. Arrows, always need more of those. Alright. Claustrophobia. It's pretty interesting. It has quite a sense of humor. Like when I ran over the trap. When you hit traps, you see up here at the top, you step on a frozen trap, you moron. The game likes to insult you. A lot, actually. I like the sense of humor. It's missing a lot of stuff that you would see in roguelikes. The food system, there is food, but you won't starve to death. Why can't I move? Apparently that's a wall. How is that a wall there? Alright. Anyway, the food system, you won't die of starvation in this game, which might be a blessing in a lot of people's opinions compared to traditional roguelikes. Food will give you health regen over a certain amount of turns. So food is still important, but you're not going to die because you don't find food. Which, I don't know, that's always the most annoying way to die in a roguelike, and it's how you usually die the most. These rooms like this are shops. You can shift right click to sell any of the junk you've picked up, which I will go ahead and do. Middle mouse button will auto sort. The controls of it are a little strange and inconsistent in some ways. Like to pick something up off the floor, you right click on it, but then to move it around your inventory, you left click on it. Right clicking uses. Which kind of gets a little bit confusing at first. One thing I can say about this game is the floors are huge. I have played this for hours and I have only mostly explored the first floor. As you can see up here on the map, it is ginormous. These yellow rooms are the shops that are randomly generated. There's quite a few of them. And I think I'm finally just going to go ahead and go down to the next level because I have spent a lot of time on the first floor. Switch to my bow here. You right click on enemies to attack. Don't use the bow at point blank. It's very ineffective at close range, which makes sense. Get some gold here. Some boots that aren't particularly useful, but you pick up as much as you can to sell whenever you find a shop, and there are quite a few shops, like right here. Sell off these few things. Nothing particularly interesting. I'm going for an agility build. So I'm going for mostly bow use when I can. I tend to play archer characters in most games. I already have that hat. So yeah, nothing useful in that shop. In a way, this game is a lot simpler than most roguelikes, but then in other ways it has a bit more depth. There's more RPG elements to it. Down here you'll see all your stats. Potions and equipment can increase that, and then you also have abilities and an ability tree. well, more like ability paths, which they're pretty linear, and some of them are not all that interesting, but a few of them are pretty interesting. About half of these are passives. Let's go ahead and hit the teleport and see where we go. Another interesting bit of depth that this game has compared to most roguelikes, and if I find it, the right object here, I will show you. And I stepped on an ice trap again. Oh, spider. There is crafting in this game. There are 2 crafting stations. That is the alchemy station and the anvil or blacksmithing station. Now, I will be honest, the crafting is pretty simplistic. Like wood and 2 of a metal bar makes you a sword. 1 metal, 1 cloth, or 1 leather makes you a helmet of that type. A bow is 2 wood and a string, and by the different levels of metal bars, cloth, or string make the different tiers of equipment. Now, there is a very limited item variety in this game. There's only 3 kinds of weapons: bow, sword, and wand. There's 3 types of armor: cloth, leather, and metal. And so the item variety is pretty limited, even though they can have a decent amount of modifiers and enchantments and whatnot on them. I don't even know what that is. Let's kill it before it gets to me. It's gonna steal from me, I think. Zombies. Gotta have zombies everywhere. You can see the sense of humor in all the enemy tooltips. Like these slimes. Jelly doesn't look so appetizing now, does it? Yeah, on the skeleton it says that every RPG has to have them, right? So it's got a great sense of humor, actually. It's quite funny in some occasions. It doesn't really take itself all that seriously, which, you know, I'm fine with. I like serious roguelikes, but there's plenty of those out there. One other thing I will say about this game is it is considerably easier than your traditional roguelike. There is permadeath. I died once while I started my first playthrough, but if you survive for about the first 30 minutes, you'll start amassing enough items where there really doesn't seem to be much risk anymore. I don't know, I was only on level 1 though, so maybe things will ramp up later on, but the level is so big, maybe if I just didn't try to explore the whole thing and just went straight on down after a little bit, maybe it wouldn't have felt like I was so strong compared to everything else. As you can see, I'm just killing these things quite easily. Let's see. Get my stacks right here. Unfortunately, there's no kind of auto stacking, no kind of auto looting either. You always have to manually loot. I would like a shortcut button. Scroll summoning. I'll just use it. Summon a vampire and kill it. Get a bit of experience. Ow, this one's actually hurting me quite a bit. Oh, well, I was trying to use a bow at point blank. That's a bad idea. Oh, I'm bleeding. Use a bandage, get rid of the bleeding. Turn the bow off. Wasting arrows, breaking crates. Fred the Arrow Thrower. I had him before. They have interesting item names. Fred the Arrow Thrower. A lot of the items are named like people names, which is strange and, you know, plays into the humor. I don't want drained crystal because I don't plan on making any stabs. So I'm not playing a magic type character. Another strange thing in this game is you can shoot through walls, as you can see there. As long as you can see the enemy, you can shoot it no matter what's in your way. And the ranged enemies can do the same to you, actually. Okay, now quit using bow at point blank. Ah, here's a cauldron. So I can make some potions here. Which just takes empty potion bottle. Every time you use a potion, you get the potion bottle. And the mushrooms. You'll find mushroom patch rooms. Let's see, we'll make some of these. Make some potions of mana. And these you have to pick up one by one when you're crafting alternates. The control, I take some issue with the controls. They are kind of clunky and could definitely use some improvement. Well, a shop at least. See if there's anything interesting. But yeah, like an auto pickup button where you just pick up what's under you and it throws in your inventory would be nice instead of having to manually do it every time. And you can use WASD to move, but you can't move at an angle with WASD. So when you have an area that you have to move at an angle, you have to do it via clicking. No, my sword's way better. I don't want to buy unidentified items. It has the traditional identification system that you would expect in a roguelike. Potions and scrolls are randomized when you start your game, and you have to use them or identify them to figure out what they are. Using them, of course, being risky if it's something that's not exactly pleasant. Anyone that knows me knows I have a soft spot for roguelikes. And so far I'm liking this one. It's got some quirks that I don't really like so much. But it's fun. I don't know, maybe it's because it's easier and I was trying a different roguelike recently that was just dying repeatedly. So maybe I'm just glad that I'm not dying. Ah, here's a mushroom room. Those black mushrooms will be useful because those make, I believe, intelligence potions. I really don't want any more burning potions, so I'm not even going to pick that up because you do have limited inventory space. We have Scroll of Pain. You get a lot of scrolls of sleep, pain, and teleportation. Like, a lot of them. Pain hurts everything in sight, including yourself. So if there's a bunch of monsters around, it can be useful, but usually just ends up sitting in my inventory. So I tend to sell them off. There's no shortage of scrolls and potions in this game. You get a lot of them. I have 5 scrolls of enchantment right now, which make equipment better. I'm holding on to them until I find better base equipment to put it on, because I don't feel like dumping all of my scrolls on the equipment I currently have. But yeah, I don't know. So far it seems a little too easy to me for a roguelike, though. I haven't had much of any, after the first 30 minutes, I haven't had much of anything really threaten my life. And I have quite a few health potions if I do get into anything a little rough. Okay, I'm going to avoid that trap for a change instead of walking over it. On the desura description page, it says something about multiple difficulty levels, but I have not seen a way to be able to do that. This is an alpha, I will say. It's a purchasable alpha. You can buy it on Desura, but it is considered an alpha build right now. The developer store... Oh, I don't even know what this is. Pray to the squishy god, squish and you shall be forgiven. Okay, health and mana is restored. Alright. It's the first altar I found so far in this game. There are special rooms like that. Treasure rooms, mushroom rooms, altar rooms. Of course, shops. I just leveled up. So let's go ahead and grab another ability here. We'll go ahead and get that one. I'm trying to focus more and more on using bow as much as possible, but as I said, it's not very effective, so when the enemy gets near you, you're going to have to switch to your melee weapon. Let me take out this. Yeah. Oh, that ability helps apparently, because I just killed that thing in one shot. Now let's use the one of my skills here. Wait, what? Another spider? Could I use the skill with? Do I not? I don't have my bow on. There we go. Okay, quit using the bow at close range. You do have to worry about ammo. You can craft ammo with these wood that I keep picking up at an anvil. One wood makes 5 arrows, and I have a ability that allows some ammo reuse. That sword should sell well, at least. So there's a chance of there being arrows left over after I kill an enemy, which is pretty much required, otherwise you will be going through ammo like crazy. I still haven't found an anvil, but we'll kill that vampire. I think he's pretty much out of my range. There we go. Oh, see, as I said, the enemies can shoot through walls as well. Take out the spider here. Spiders are kind of annoying compared to any of the other creatures I have faced. I don't know if there's any kind of bosses or anything yet. I'm only on floor 2 because, as I said, the floors are huge. Come on, hit him. Just die. Those things have high evasion, apparently. Hey, potion of strength. Permanently increase my strength by 1. And an empty potion bottle, which is always useful. But I think the what makes this a lot easier than most traditional roguelikes is the abundance of resources. I find a lot of potions and scrolls quite easily. And the, I don't know, the no need for food to live. Ooh, gold bar. I will take that to make a better weapon once I find another one. Takes 2 bars to make a weapon. I will carry that around until I can find some place to sell it. But yeah, the no need for food to live, that I think that really does cut down the difficulty. That, let's be honest, in most traditional roguelikes, that's what kills you more often than not. At least it does to me. I better find a shop to sell this stuff off soon. I'm getting a little over full here. I'm not saying that this game needs to change that. In a way, I'm kind of glad there's... Brown mushrooms are potions of agility. I need those. Cherry. I think that makes potions of health, so I'll pick those up. I'm gonna leave the green one because it makes cleansing, antidote. I don't need that anymore of those. I have plenty of them. I'm out of room, so I can't pick up that black mushroom anyway. It just increases intelligence, which is nice to increase your base stats whenever possible. But I don't really need it because I'm not playing an intelligence-focused build. It's classless. You make your class however you want yourself through the different trees. They are centered around the 3 different stats, like all strength-based abilities are on this tree, all agility on this tree, all magic and intellect base things are on this tree, or paths if you want to call them that. So it's pretty much a classless system, and you just make your class however you want it. I'm going pretty much a little bit of melee stuff and then ranged, mostly ranged. But you gotta keep the melee 2 stairs next to each other. That's a little awkward quirk of the random generation. Take the spider out before he becomes a problem. As you can see, most of these enemies aren't very much of a challenge to me. So far for an alpha though, this has quite a bit of content. I can't carry that anyway. There's shops almost everywhere, but when you want them, you can't ever seem to find them. We'll pick up those arrows here. I'm not sure how deep the dungeon goes, if there's an end yet, or if it's just continuous. I would assume there's some sort of ending that would make a roguelike kind of pointless without it. Now I can actually craft things with the anvil. Nothing that I really need to craft right now, though. Not really. Let's see. Ooh, I think that's... that's a nice helmet. I'm gonna get rid of the carrot. I don't need the food right now. See, then that was just me getting confused by trying to left click to drop it on the game board compared to the you left click to pick things up and move them in the inventory, but then when you want to put them on the ground you have to right click. And that's what I'm talking about, the control and consistency. Okay, hit this stupid thing. There we go. Okay. Yeah, control and consistency, it bothers me a little bit. It's not game breaking by any means, but this is what claustrophobia is. It's a very... Oh, here's a special room, a crate room, which I would probably get quite a few wood bars out of. Wood boards. Wood bars. It's a wood bar, which is always good to have for more ammo. Another scroll of enchantment. I have a good stock of those going. Not a good helmet. more wood, another healing potion. As you can see, it's not hard to get resources. Food, which I won't pick up just because I don't really have the room for it. What is this? Is this blank paper? Oh, nice. I can show you another part of crafting. And we'll switch it out for here. If you use magic ink with a blank paper, this is a crafting that doesn't take any crafting station actually. It will make a random scroll, and it made a scroll of enchantment. So I got quite the pile of those now. I guess I will go ahead and use one on my bow. Oh yeah, you can't use it when it's in your inventory. When it's, oh excuse me, when it's equipped. So I gotta get it in my inventory, then click on it. Some things like that are kind of annoying. Then again, it's still a lot more approachable and accessible than traditional roguelikes usually are, so. It lacks a lot of the depth in the different commands and abilities you see in roguelikes, but then it has the added depth of more RPG type elements like skill system that you don't see in most traditional roguelikes. So I'm going to go ahead and answer the question, is it fun? Despite some issues I have with it, I'm quite enjoying it actually. I mean, the sound assets are very basic, but then again, traditional roguelikes had little to no sound in the first place, so can't keep saying that as an excuse because, you know, this is a modern day game. But even so, sound assets are a bit basic, and I kind of wish you could turn off the movement sound, as that squeaky sound gets kind of annoying after a while. I would like to see them add the different difficulty levels, perhaps, or just make it a little more difficult in general, because I'm just kind of breezing through it at this point. I do hope maybe later on that will change. That's a decent sword. I don't remember what my sword's damage started at since I enchanted it several times. Nothing too useful, but I can sell some stuff off now, which is good because I have no room. We'll hold on to the gold bar. If I find another gold bar, I could potentially make a better sword. I just sold food. Oh well, I don't need it. I don't need bandages either. Sell the string because that can only let me make the very first tier of bows, which my current bow is considerably better than that already. So, all right. So yeah, I'm having quite a bit of fun with it. It is an alpha, and you know, I'm not a big fan of the whole buying into alphas, but so far it seems like a pretty fun game with a lot of content for its price point, which is only $5 on Desura. If this was a $10 game, I might be a little more leery of it with some of the things I have talked about, some of the complaints I have about the game. But for $5, this is a good bit of fun. I will have the Desura link in the description. You can go check it out. As I said, it's alpha, so there's still a lot of content to come and be added to the game. The developer is pretty active about this game. So, yes, Claustrophobia The Downward Struggle is quite fun. It's not much of a struggle. I'm finding it pretty easy. I don't know, Claustrophobia seems like a strange name with how giant the levels are. I know, you know, it's narrow hallways and stuff, so that still would be kind of claustrophobic, but man, the floors are huge. You will spend a lot of time exploring each floor. Potato. I don't want a potato. Fire trap. I set myself on fire, you moron. As the game so nicely tells me. It does have a good sense of humor. It mocks you quite a bit. Which is always entertaining. See, oh, another altar. Let's see what this one does. Hell, the money store, so apparently that's what always happens. And now I can make one of those agility potions at least. Now, that's potion of strength the brown mushroom makes. Oh well, I need more strength as well. Drink it, and then I can use the bottle again. Get a couple more points in strength, and I still got an empty bottle, but I'm not going to make anything else right now. There's nothing else I really need. So you should go check it out. I have the link to the desura page in the description of this game. And it's fun. It really is. I like roguelikes, and as much as I like the more hardcore roguelikes, it is nice to see ones that are more approachable to a general audience, because let's be honest, roguelikes are not for everybody. Well, that's been FedoraG4mer. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.